This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
This is Manchester 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 United we're talking about.
Oh, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Manchester United we're talking about. Manchester United we're talking about here.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
I mean, this is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
This is Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about. It's Man United we're talking about. It is Man United we're talking about. It's Manchester United we're talking about.
It's Man United we're talking about.
This is Man United we're talking about.
It can't be fucking... It's on current wages over there, but he might have been happy with that. Oh, shit! Oh! What? Yo, give me one second, man! Yo, chill! What? Where you going? Relax, man. Let's negotiate, man. Fucking hell! Fuck! We're not even negotiating here, man. We didn't even negotiate. Fuck! What the hell?
I swear that's the best thing ever. I don't know why that's figured around, but it. All right, that was great. That was great. I'm sorry. You know what? That could really backfire, because if Brighton tell Man United, whether it's today, tomorrow, this week, that they don't want to negotiate for Baleba, that is going to backfire differently, man. I'm going to be in the mud. But Sir Jim Ratcliffe clearly wants to make a name for himself before, look, hopefully he lives a long life and everything, but none of us are getting any younger. He wants to stamp an authority on the league. He wants Baleba. And it's come out even earlier from Laurie Whitwell and stuff. So it's quite it's nice to see that, United are showing ambition. But did anyone actually see from BBC Sports saying that the protest was cancelled? I kind of, I hear what you're saying, Hyper. I see that they've cancelled the protest finally. But if anyone's here, make sure you smash the likes on entry. There's 300 people here to hear me talk rubbish about Man United. The Giddy crew is what I'd like to say is available on this channel. So if you want to get giddy, because we're beating Arsenal on Sunday, love. Subscriber rate compared to Never a Foul, there's a good 60, I think it's 62.7% from what I just saw that are not subscribed. So anyone that watches this back, if you're interested, just remember to hit the subscription button, because that goes a long way. Big up Rambi. Is that Ram in the chat? Ram, how do you say your name? Rambakshi? Let me know if I say your name correctly. I don't want to offend you. Big up to anyone that's actually joined. SJR knows he's about what? Big up Taylor. And Taylor, please stop. I know you comment. Big up to all the comments here after the show's done or pre-recalls that I do waffling. But stop shoehorning Lisandro Martinez into this. Come on, man. Come on. Stop in the back three. Come on, man. You're purposely missing out like a Mazarawi or someone. Give it a rest. Lou, they're getting smoked Sunday, 100%. Cass, I'm modded on NAF. Should I be modded here? Depends if you're going to be a part of the only Cass subscription fees. So we'll see about that one. Yeah, that's a joke. Nah, but respect Leica. No, I like Lisandro, but I just don't think he suits a higher line. I just don't think he suits anything. Just because he's good on the ball, don't act like going the other way. He's nothing trash. Like, do you know what I mean? When he's got to do back foot defending, he's rubbish. So I'd rather not. I'd rather not. I've seen him get skinned too many times out wide. It's not his preference. I'll be real. Out wide, he's not. That's not where he wants to be. Unless he's aggressive, and United are aggressive. That's why you got to get a Baleba. If you get a Baleba, again, the Martinez stuff kind of makes more sense. If you put him over that side, it could be good cover. It could work. It could work. I just don't think it will. And he's had too many injuries. The guy's played what? How many games last 2 seasons? Not good enough. And it's not his fault. But yeah, Indie Bomber soon. About what? About what? Because this is mad. The summer this man is having at the moment is interesting. But I haven't seen the Indie Bomber thing at 2 o'clock. What is it? Is it about Is it about Liverpool? Is it about Liverpool? Let me know in the comments. What Buffalo? What's it about? It's 2 p.m. We shall find out. About what? He keeps saying it's 2 p.m. We shall find. Isaac news. Off. Give it a rest, man. Don't want to know that. I thought it was going to be more Baleba stuff. Actually, I do know Fabrizio and Ben Jacobs were doing Give Me Sport not that long ago. They were going to talk about Baleba and stuff. They said they're with Joel Bayer at the moment. Man United would. This is what they've said about 10 minutes ago on Baleba, how much it would cost. At the moment, he said Man United would also like to know that because with Brighton, it's never easy to negotiate. In these contracts they are having with the agents of the player, they're waiting to understand how much it would cost. The rumor in the industry is something around 120 million. We don't know if that means euros or pounds. But at the moment, Man United will still wait to understand the final official cost for Baleba. So you know what it is, yeah? I'm fine. We've all seen the reports this morning with Ornstein about Baleba, about this, that, and the other. It's nothing that we don't exactly know. We just know from yesterday that Man United are set to approach Brighton to understand. But you got to remember that with Brighton, I'm actually in belief, and I don't know about anybody else. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything, to be fair. That doesn't really mean much. They can go buy someone. I'm in the belief that without Brighton giving a price means there is a price. It's just that they want to see if Man United are serious and if they're going to turn them down or not. You're going to have to give them an offer they just can't refuse, right? Because no one's going to, like a club like Brighton are never going to turn down 100 million plus. Let's be realistic. It's too much money to turn down. What that can set for you for the next 5 years, Caicedo went 2 years ago, you know, that could set you way beyond. You can do a lot more. They want to push for likes of, I don't know, Europe again. They can do that. You know, with more money available, they don't have to worry for the next how many. So again, without them doing a price, Man United, yeah, they're basically, in my view, are telling United that you're going to have to fork up a lot of money, the stuff that we already know. So I'm interested to see where that goes. But the fact that it's Ratcliffe on his end that's pushing for Baleba and wanting to, let's call it marking a stamp of authority of an intent of ambition for this Project 150. You know, if it's City's Project 115, then yeah, go for it. I mean, I'm kind of getting to that point where I feel like getting not impatient, but greedy. I'm getting greedy. Do you know what I mean? A little sense of arrogance as well is brewing in my mind, thinking that we can get whatever we want at this point, but it just doesn't work like that, especially when there's much needed finances to be able to be available. So yeah, I'm interested. I saw what Laurie Whitwell said earlier, so it's quite, in my opinion, again, from what he did say, I thought it was interesting. Sounded quite promising, at least, because it's not like Brighton have actually said he's not for sale. They just said he preferred not to sell him. There's a big difference in words there. Let me double check. So yeah, like other than, you know, Baleba being keen on a move to Old Trafford, multiple players have been in touch to explain the setup. So look, Ratcliffe told the boys, get on the phone. Get on the phone and start convincing this young man, that to come to Old Trafford. I mean, I feel like it's all good on one end, but I feel like if Baleba doesn't push, which has been said already, that he's pushing and verbally saying that he wants to go to Man United, then I feel like that would push Brighton, but that doesn't mean it will shift the budget of what they feel is correct for his signature, you know? So everyone, you know what? I've never heard of a club at the size of Brighton turn down a huge bid from 100 million plus. I don't see it. I refuse to think about that as well. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. They will always refuse the first bid unless United do that thing what they did with Leipzig and just go mad into discussions and they just kind of agree some sort of fee, but it depends how you want to structure it. Whether you offer more or less is another question. So yeah, United have done things definitely differently, which I'm surprised by. I don't feel like you want to go down the Mbeumo route where they tell you one price, you lowball it, cool, because it's early in the window. You go for a second price, you think that's correct, even though it took you weeks to do, and then it gets rejected again because they decide to change the price. It's mental, isn't it? So I don't feel like you can mess around with these deals that are costing over 100 million. I do wonder when it does come to these deals, right? How long does it take to build up 100 million package? Because that's a lot of money to deal with. Like there's 60 millions and 50 millions and 70s, right? But 100 plus is a joke. That must take at least a good, 3-4 days to just to package up together correctly. You man think Baleba might have a secret clause like McAllister? No chance. They definitely don't have no secret release clauses. I can't see that happening. Nah. You had a price from Newcastle with a Sesko bid too. Yeah, exactly. So that's why I kind of have confidence, I suppose. Apparently, I'm a United prick. Yeah, you know what to do with him. Gulag him. You know what? How about this? Now I know your name, Miami Heat Nation, unless you think you're going to be a joke, man. When I see your name in LB's chat or any City chat, you're getting hidden. So get used to, you know what I mean? You're just going to get hidden in all these other chats. I don't think you understand how petty I am. Because I know you're going to be in LB's chat or Daps's chat or even, what's it called? What's it called again? Mancunian Way. You're going to be in someone. And guess what? You're going to get blocked. So keep making accounts, buddy. And how about this? I'm going to put your name, this app, because it shows the app, into the YouTube thing, the little whatever. I'm going to find your IP address as well. Love. Anyways, let's move on to the United stuff. I'm excited. Yeah, I don't mind being paid. People think they can just come up in here, think they can chat the way they want to chat. But remember, the last few people that done that found their address. I got apologies on my Instagram. Let's see this. Ben Jacobs. Ruben Amorim is telling Wilcox and Vivell to go and bid now for Carlos Baleba to show a sign of ambition. Get me a ball winner, find me an athlete in the middle of the park. I'm going to be real, yeah. I think that's bollocks. I mean, I feel like it depends how you want to say this. The fact that there's go and bid in big, bold letters. How can you tell a director of footballs and your head of recruitment what to do? They know what they're doing. I feel like you're going to have to, like, you know, for me, nah. I don't. That sounds more like opinion. I feel like Ben Jacobs, right now. Look, I think Ben Jacobs is a good reporter this summer. I think he's done his thing. I don't know if it's fake, but there must be a sense where you just look at that thinking, cool. He's made I feel like he's made, you know what? He's got an idea of what's being said behind closed doors through a source, and he's kind of just made up. He's kind of made that up. You know, am I the only one that feels like that? I don't feel like you're gonna know what a manager said to Vivell and Wilcox in private. I don't understand that part. Yeah, he's not pressing no one. I don't think you're in a position to press anyone. I feel like you can make a demand of what midfielder or goalkeeper, whatever you want. But to say you're going to go and press your director of football and your head of recruitment to go now and bid to show ambition. What do you mean to show ambition? What, so he can get rejected? Who gives a fuck? Would you not want it? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Yeah, that happens with Forest only. Right, with Marinakis. Yes, Mr. Marinakis. We're going to go get that deal for you, Mr. Marinakis. How about that, Mr. Marinakis? We're going to get that deal blocked for you, Mr. Marinakis. No, not necessarily. No, not necessarily. I just think some certain quotes are bullshit, and I don't believe anything that comes out of Plettigo's mouth. The only one I'm kind of looking towards is the one that got quoted for. The reason why he's blowing up in the first place is because of his Baleba breakout and him, I suppose, and also Ornstein / Fabrizio or Laurie Whitwell. That's kind of who I'm looking towards. When it comes to people like Simon Stone and all these other journalists, I'm not really. No, I'm not involved with them tier 2s, tier 3s, man. Go stick to your guns with like Chelsea, Arsenal, all that rubbish. While we might look at potentially losing money on the bomb squad, I don't think you can cut the price of the culture Amorim is trying to implement and the risk of keeping these players in the club. I mean, when you say the risk of keeping these players in the club, I think a lot of these players in the club are quite shit anyways, or they're just decent or good. So I don't really care about risk of these players if they would want to go because of certain situations. They can leave. That's what I don't mind. I think we might sign Baleba and sell Bruno. I saw an actual quote, yeah. Again, Fred even from the likes of what's his name, Swedish Rumble, and I'm always interested in how he breaks things down, and I keep saying it as well. I find it's just, if Man United don't do this now, right? And it's probably worth the gamble on a midfielder like this because he's that good. Like, you can probably say, you know what, there's probably a lot more guarantees he's going to succeed than he's not going to succeed, because midfielder, prem proven, and you've seen him skin many teams, right? Just running through them like a yaya kind of like midfielder, right? You're probably saving money, and you're saving competition as well, or saving yourself from competition by doing it now rather than next year. I feel like you have to do as much as you can to get this done. Because if you get it now, next year, I guarantee, yeah, whatever happens with Rodri, we never know, right? Whether he signs a new contract, whether he stays, whether he's got new ambition. Players change their minds every day. Man City could change their mind on it. It might not come back the same. Who knows, right? Not just them. Chelsea, because Chelsea, I've got this thing called FOMO, fear of missing out. They might want to take a punt. A club abroad might want to take a punt. I wouldn't say Arsenal. Maybe Liverpool might like the look of him, you know? Again, you've got all this risk of these other players that if United don't do it now and they fail to get Champions League as well, because that does add to everything, then one, that's going to cause a bidding war. Two, that's just going to long out for the whole summer, and you're wondering when your midfield is going to come. So that's what I'm kind of in the zone of. If you don't do it now, you're probably going to lose out on him. So yeah, spending like 105, 110 million next summer, he's going for 130 million. Let's be real. That's kind of the market as I see it. I saw a clip of Baleba doing kick-ups. No, what? That's mental. Nicolo Ravella, I've seen his stats, but my thing with Nicolo Ravella is that as much as he's very good, he's very slow. And I know exactly what you're talking about as well. Yeah, I feel like it has to be done now. United have to do everything they can to go and get that. The qualities he possesses, and it's like when Taylor and others that like Lisandro Martinez, if Lisandro comes back like peachy clean and he's the player that we saw him to be, then a Baleba hides his deficiencies like in terms of covering. But then I don't feel like United should be looking at back on their shoulders too much. Does that make sense? Because when you bring someone like that who's not good at and he's not good in wide areas, Lisandro, let's be real. We've seen him get skinned by Mbumo down there and other wingers. He's not comfortable. It's not a comfortable position. You want to press high. You want to be dominant. I feel like Lisandro, for me, if you add a Baleba, is a nice blend. Don't get me wrong. But you want to play Lisandro against teams that are low blocked. Like, he'll be a good option. I'm not saying he's washed. It'd be a good option. But let's not act like having these major injuries in the last 2 years is not going to have him he's going to have the same abilities as he did before. Simon Stone is... see, I look at Simon Stone and I think he's more of a Chelsea reporter than anything. So not really. Not for Man United. I think he's decent. He's not bad. He's not the worst, for sure. When you've got people like Graham Bailey who suck. Has Graham Bailey got anything right in his life? Look up the video. It gets mad techie. No, I'd rather not. I don't want to look at someone doing kick-ups with their bum. The kid has the opportunity cost of 300. No, I don't know about that. That's a bit too much. No one's going to cost that much. Yeah, and I see about Wharton as well. They mentioned Wharton. I think Liverpool and Man City are definitely keeping an eye on the most. Is he not Chelsea then? Who is he? Because he's definitely not Man United. With those injuries, he's washed, man. Can't even move. I don't know. I hope he can stay fit. We saw him in the system before, and he produced that cross that obviously that we all loved. I can't remember who was against. Who was it against? I can't remember who was against. But I'm not really involved with it. When I'm seeing like the likes of Heaven and the new players that are coming in, or Mazarawi, all of these ones who are better at wide defending, who are a lot faster, I'd rather them. I'd rather them, and they're taller as well. Yeah, there is. It's the new agent probably. I'm not gonna lie. Like with this Calvert-Lewin talk, it's all bollocks. It is bollocks. Wait. Wait. One sec. Opportunity cost is the amount of money we can make or lose if we didn't take the correct opportunity to invest. I look at it like this. You get Baleba, you've got a strong chance of getting top 4. Like getting that Champions League money, top 5, going further in these competitions, FA Cup. You're only strengthening your chance of making that money back. And let's be real, if you get Baleba, the amount, like, come on, man. The fan base is gas. You make your money back real quick. And then you know what? You know what you're gonna do. You're not gonna have fans complaining at the start of the season at that is, you know, when it comes to these ticket prices, in terms of trying to like fill out the stadium, selling more merch, whatever the club need to do, you're gonna make that money back real quick. And you know what you need is a buzz. If you want to like hit like revenues that you've never seen before at United, you need to have a great season, a convincing season. Now you're not gonna have that if you don't get a central midfielder. You can't be chasing Baleba for a week and then kind of like, I don't know, stalling it. We just want to know if Brighton's got a price valuation or not. I don't even know if you're going to find out today. I'm not exactly informed. No one's really dropped anything. What's this? They got Gus Poyet on. I don't want to see all that rubbish. Yeah, Brighton. I see that what Simon Stone said earlier. Like Brighton are showing no signs of budging their stance. They want him to stay and have no intention of selling. But it's just, look, whether you want to take that with a pinch of salt or not, there's no smoke. We already kind of know that they don't want to sell him. But it's not. My whole thing is they haven't exactly come out and say he's not for sale. He's not going nowhere yet. So that kind of tells me that, like, they said, no, you can come along, but just know that it's going to be it's a pretty penny. I just don't know how much United are willing to pay. How much? You know what? We all say how much like Baleba's gonna cost, right? How much is United willing to pay? They might think that they can go and get him for 80 plus 10, which is ridiculous. You're not going to get him for that. What did he say here? Despite Brighton's position, he's not for sale. United is prepared to try for Baleba. We already know this, though. And if they don't succeed, they will line them up and do the legwork ahead of next year. But we already know that. We already know that. Nah, bro, you got to slap down the price. You can't slap down 90 million. 90 million is not good enough. 378 people in it and not even 100 likes. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, yeah, I forgot to do this. You know what the funniest story is today, though? And we're going to talk about Donnarumma. I'm going to say, I'm not going to say I didn't tell you lot, but I'm going to say I told you so, right? Is the fact that after all of this, getting Sesko, all this striker drama that's going on with Newcastle, they're actually interested in Hojlund. They're interested in Hojlund out of all players. Imagine if we see a world where they bid 30 million for Hojlund. You know, it's well within their price range. He could be the project for them. Hojlund. Oh, please. If I hope we do negotiations with Newcastle. We might soften the blow of our stance. Now, they might hate us right now, but giving that fan base Hojlund, yeah, is going to be the funniest thing I've ever seen. They can look straight 30, 35 million sell. United would accept that. Of course, they'd accept that. Not 40 million, 30, 35. If they feel like there's a cut price deal to get for a backup striker of some sort or a project, right? They get Hojlund, I swear. Oh, his specs will lose his damn mind. Damn mind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like United should be in a position where we say, but there's that, you know what? The thing that we've seen with Hojlund, there's a lot of teams that are queuing up to try to sign him. And I don't know if he wants to keep trying to say, I'm going to fight for my place, but who gives a crap if he says that? He's going to have to pick an Italian club. But you know what? This is where you just got to stop getting fans of the club all the time. No, I support Man United. They all lie. They're all washed liars, bro. Because they all want to stay. Why is it always the rubbish players that want to say, I want to stay and fight for my position? Don't you get the hint? You're not that good, mate. Your time's over. I don't know where this Isaac news is. You lot are catting though, innit? Indicator bullshit. Let me check. Indy. Oh, what's he said? Right, 1 minute ago. Liverpool make offer, according to Indy. Isak not advised to enter, advised to not enter city centre alone. The situation with Isak and Newcastle is reaching a boiling point. A boiling point? What is he gonna do? Go smack Eddie Howe in the face? Tensions are so high that some official and players are completely ignoring him around the training ground. It's clear there's a rift. Sources suggest that Captain Lascelles is their captain. Captain of what? No, that's horrendous. No wonder why they can't keep. You respect Jamal Lascelles. He's crap. I don't even know I couldn't believe that you can't believe he still plays for them. That's outrageous. 3-6. Well, okay. Even advisor club owners to consider Isak's wishes, indicating that this isn't just a minor issue. What, a player that's throwing his toys out the pram? So you got to listen because he's throwing his toys out the pram. Piss off. We understand LFC are offering 120 million up front with potential add-ons pushing the total bid to 125 million. Newcastle United haven't rejected this latest proposal, but will only accept once new replacements arrive. Okay. Ben Jacobs says United are not ruling out making a formal bid to sign Carter Baleba this summer. They may yet test Brighton's stance with a formal bid, especially if they are giving encouragement by a club. It just sounds like, what do you mean encouragement? Just do what you got to do. Went from 120 total to 125 total. Well, apparently it's 120 million up front. I don't know if they're going to accept it. If I was them, I'd reject it though. Oi, don't even get me started on this whole Garnacho stuff yet. But you know what I don't understand with Garnacho is like, he's not really in a position. It could backfire. He's not exactly in a position to, again, in my opinion, make demands. Like, you got 3 years left on your contract. And if it is to be true, when Garnacho is making threats that, you know, I'm happy to sit here and do nothing for the next 6 to 12 months. This is why when I said, right, you sometimes look, United need money in it, obviously, to make other acquisitions or whatever, right? But making an example out of him, let him rot. Let him sit there on his 50 grand a week and let him stay there. Because you still got 3 years left on your deal. So whether that happens or not, your price is still going to remain the same, even if you don't play. And we know what this little shit's about. You know, he's going to want to go to Argentina and play in the World Cup. But no matter how, because his ego's through the roof. But I'm not outraged by it because I'm not surprised. Why should anyone else be surprised? Why should anyone be? This is what I don't get. I'm not going to make a video saying, oh, F Garnacho, like it was the Aston Villa stuff again. Yeah, we already know his little shit. Who cares? I'm at the approach saying, I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's got the attitude for a professional footballer. Whether he's pushing for a move like kind of similar to Isak or not, I couldn't care less. Man United haven't helped themselves in all of this, right? Especially with Amram calling them out. So you're making your position worse in a sense. But I don't care. Like, I don't care. I don't know why Man United fans should care. Why are you getting outraged by comments? What? Because he's going to force to say that I want to stay and get gulagged and play with the under-21s. We all know that's a bluff. We all know that's a bluff. Look what he's been posting on his Instagram all summer. Timers, the sand timers, waiting, other football clubs flipping tops and that. Who cares? So the way I look at it is like, yeah, whatever. Keep moaning. If you want to be the spoiled little shit, treat him like a spoiled little shit. And when Chelsea decide that they want to up their bid from 30 million, then you can play ball. The way I look at it, Man United value him at 50 million. Chelsea value him at 30 million. Meet down the middle. How about this? I think he's that rubbish. I think 30 million is too much for him. Why is he worth more than Delap? Is he worth more than Delap in my eyes? No. No, he's not. 30 million is fine. Let him do that. Who gives a shit? I think 40's fine. I think 40's fine. 35 plus 5, whatever. I couldn't care less. The sooner he goes, the better. And the sooner Antony goes, I'm seeing all this Antony stuff as well. I think it's called ABD or ABC Seville, something along them lines. About, you know, even United is now told, which again, you got to take it with a pinch of salt. Is now told Antony that if you don't accept you need to accept a deal between the next, what, 7 days? 7 days, is it? So yeah, I think with the whole Antony, he needs to start looking at other clubs. I feel like with United, it's like, otherwise you're going to be stuck here. And trust me, Antony, I remember all he's going to be raving on about to his agent is the World Cup. This whole gimmick with flipping Real Betis is a joke. You fell in love with a meaty club, yeah? A meaty club over in Spain. You could probably get a better deal from somewhere else. They're not even like willing to put up the what's it called, the wages that he demands. So I don't understand. And they expect United allegedly again to pay at least half his wage, or like 70, or at least 25% of it. Whatever, man. Imagine that. Real Betis, I hope we get a player of theirs one day and just absolutely rip them off. Rip them right off. The thing is, we just don't know what's going on behind closed doors. There's a lot of different situations. Even Sancho with Fabrizio yesterday, even he was like going along the lines of, if Sancho doesn't get a deal in Europe, then it's more than likely probably going to accept Turkey. I mean, what a fool. How do you fall from grace so hard the way Sancho does? You've had everything under your belt. You had everything there, all the tools in the world. And then you're going to end up at Turkey at 25. I mean, don't get me wrong, rich as fuck though, but at 25 is mad. But if that's the way he wants to go, let him live his life the way he wants to do it. I'm sure he's a nice guy. What's this, Jamie? Is there something else that's come out about Baleba? Not really seeing anything. I'm seeing that. Nah, I'm not really seeing much else. I'm scrolling. Oh, yeah, and the last part is this Donnarumma stuff. Donnarumma. When I say, yeah, this deal's too expensive because of wages and the way Chelsea... No, it's not just Man United. It's Chelsea as well. Laurie Whitwell confirmed the Man United's... you know what's, man? You know what? Let me put this actually into perspective. Fabrizio Romano said that Premier League is his most likely destination. And this is what I mean about sometimes you can't believe everything. The writing's kind of on, as Said would say, writing's on the curtains, right? Or the curtains on the wall, whatever. But the writing's on the wall for me is that he must be getting paid by agents without a shadow of a doubt, yeah, to run their PR. Chelsea, he's already come out. He specifically said Chelsea last night, not Man United, specifically Chelsea, so he could probably run another story, another tweet, right? And which is fair play. Get your money how you need to get your money. Chelsea are not going to do this deal. I think me, Joey, a couple others have said it doesn't make sense because the wages he's going to want to demand, what he's demanding at PSG is not happening. Chelsea have a new model. There's no way they're putting a goalkeeper as their top earner over like Enzo Fernandez, whatever. Chelsea have got a tight ship running at the moment, and clearly there's a new culture that's being bred there at this current moment of time. Man United are in the process of doing that. And Laurie Whitwell had to be the one that rubbished the Donnarumma stuff. Have you not noticed that a Donnarumma tweet has not come from Fabrizio Romano's camp yet? Not at all. Because the fact that, you know, Laurie Whitwell has to come out and rubbished it in the early hours of the morning, like 8, well, not early hours, but early in the morning, like 8, 9 o'clock. United, it's just not happening, basically. So United don't actually want the guy. Chelsea don't want the guy. So where is he going to end up? What, are you going to tell me Manchester City? No, they got their goalkeeper. That's the way I'm kind of viewing it. So United financially would be too difficult. How are you going to have a goalkeeper, another De Gea situation, where your goalkeeper is pretty much in your, let's call it the Ineos regime, are going to have the goalkeeper as the most paid? Unless he's willing to take a major pay cut. Laurie Whitwell hasn't exactly made that known to us. So that's my take. I think Donnarumma's too risky. I don't think it's the correct character yet. I think I have to question it. For someone that's been a part of, as a legend of now is considered a PSG legend, the fact that he wasn't willing to make a brand new deal for the good of the club, because PSG are doing the same thing. They're trying to build something brand new rather than overpaying for superstars and that, which is fair play. And I'm glad football's kind of going in this version where Top clubs only want players that want to play for the club, and they're not dictated by crazy wages unless they deserve it. All top clubs do that. It's all incentive based. Earn your money. But if you're such a legend of PSG and you love the PSG and you love the crowd, the fans, the journey with what's his name, Luis Enrique, surely you just say, you know what? I earn a lot of money. I like it here. I love Paris. I've got a few more years left on. Well, I mean, I've got a year left on my deal. I want to stay here. Clearly not. Obviously, everyone wants pay rises, but if you want crazy wages these days, it's either Turkey or Saudi. That's why I'm making my judgment of character and thinking Donnarumma's not the right guy. I feel like you need someone that's hungry. I don't know if I can judge Donnarumma's hunger for trophies more than he wants his wages. That's why I think Lahrmann's is the correct move for Manchester United. Lahrmann's wants Man United. He's a goalkeeper that's up and coming, like James Trafford that's went to City, wants to prove himself, and you know what? They want to win trophies. They want to be a part of a big club. And right now, Onana's not going anywhere. He's staying. The other question is the backup goalkeeper, which is horrendous. So is there like more of a succession plan if you decide to get rid of Onana next summer, which I do believe is going to be the case? Unless he has a wonder season and proves everyone wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a Lahrmann's who's 22 years of age? £15 million? It's easy. Get rid of Sancho, get rid of anyone pretty much, and he's through the door. But Beyinde needs to go. He's shit. I keep telling people that I don't want to see him in cup competitions. I don't want to see him play a single Premier League game. I'm not having it when he's going to have to play against City, Aston Villa, and Fulham. I don't want to see that crap. He's crap. Absolutely useless. Yeah. That's what I'm saying, DLB. If he wants this so badly, then you go. Do you know what I mean? You got to relax because everything is, for me, agent driven. We saw it even for, you know what's mad? If you put 2 and 2 together and go through Fabrizio's tweets about Donnarumma, he even sorry, not tweets, on his earlier videos from not last night, before that, he was talking about Donnarumma's agent is actively searching. So he's actively looking for some PR as well. I think it's an opportunity, but I just don't think it's the opportunity that United would want to take. I think it's having a Donnarumma and a Nana in the same kind of team it doesn't spell. It doesn't smell right. Not for me. Not for me. That was pre-Ineos. So that's John Murto and what's his name? What's his name again? Eric Ten Hag. You know what? Let me check what agencies it. He's not. I thought he might have been an SEG agency or something. I was gonna double check that. No, his agent Cephus Sarek, whatever his name is. Have you heard of this? Yeah, I saw the Upamecano rumor. See, the thing is, right? You know what it is, right? Imagine in 2 seasons we have Thomas Tuchel's back line at Manchester United. Can you imagine? We have Upamecano, De Ligt, and Mazraoui. See, it's not actually. You know what? Their defense was not bad when it had what's his name come in. What's his name again? When De Ligt got injured for Bayern, that's when it kind of went Pete Tong. Eric Dyer. When Eric Dyer came in, it was rubbish. But I remember, look, Upamecano's a great ball player, and if you want him as a centre back, that's what he used to do for Leipzig in the middle three. Does anyone remember when he was younger, before he got his big move? Now, if a centre back like Upamecano was available, I don't see how you turn that down. But in the same light, do I think he's good enough to play in the Prem? I don't think so. No, not yeah. And Kim wasn't favoured though. Do you remember? Kim came in. He wasn't favoured as the back line. He got replaced real quick. De Ligt was their best defender that year, but I just refuse to say, you know what we're going to have in the Premier League? We're going to have Bayern's ex-back line, and he's going to be ours. He's a top centre-back, though, I must admit. But my thing is, again, is when he's on the back foot defending, he's so fast, but he turns like a bus. He's stiff. I don't think he's going to move, but if there's an opportunity next window, like next summer, I can't lie. Upamecano's not crap. He's just not my cup of tea. It's not crap. I think in the back three, yes. Fabry posted the Donnarumma to City news. I told you his agent's doing overtime. His agent is paying this guy overtime, bro. Oh, it took... Why would they go for a goalkeeper when they need to go get the likes of a Rodrigo, maybe, if Savinho's to leave? It makes no sense. I'm telling you, we've been talking about it and it drops. His agent is working this. His agent is doing mad overtime. It's crazy. Go on. Yeah. They contact, but getting paid is another thing. Apparently, you're not allowed to pay journalists. Something along lines in the rulings. I don't know what it is, but apparently agents are not allowed to pay for PR and all this stuff unless you can prove it. I remember Fabrizio having a go at a Brentford fan for it when he accused him. But look, they might, you know what? They might not pay him. They might just tell him and he says, you know what? It's a story. I can run with it. But it's agents doing the overtime. Donnarumma's twerking for Premier League because it's the most competitive league and it's the only league that's going to boost his profile. Yeah, at this current moment of time. But no one wants him. This is what I mean. He played his cards wrong. No one actually, I think there's inquiries. I do believe City would be interested in him, but why would, look at it like this. I believe, if I'm correct, Ederson's going to stay for one more year. Ederson will leave next year. Donnarumma's contract runs out next year. So really and truly, business-wise, yeah, and he's still got Ortega that they haven't sold yet, right? And he'll probably get a move somewhere. I don't know where. If City was smart, which they are, right? If Donnarumma's contracts to run out and Ederson's contracts to run out, or whatever the case may be next season, it's a like for like. Someone goes for free, someone comes in for free. Someone, you know, and he challenges Trafford as well. And you know what? Trafford could learn a thing or two off Donnarumma as a goalkeeper. It makes a lot of sense. I don't see this whole City stuff happening. It's impossible unless something's broken out with the Ederson camp of things. But the thing is, Ederson would have left weeks ago. He had the opportunity to go to Turkey and he never. He stayed. He's one of the best goalkeepers, 100 million %. But I just don't see it. Just don't see it. Yeah, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Anyways, people, we're going to go over to Monster's channel. So there's 350 people in here. If you smash the likes, remember to subscribe. There's a lot of people that do watch this that aren't subscribed. You might not be in a live chat, but you're just as important as anybody else. This is going to go to Monster's channel, which is Big Sixpence. It will say play next, whether on your TVs, tablets, or on your desktops. So please run that up. And yeah, we're going to be there in pretty much 2 seconds. So love for that, man. I'll